Well, then we are. We are live on Twitch right now, but we're not recording.
Hi, friends. All right.
I have my name tag. Where'd you get that basketball? Oh,
That's my son's. Yeah, he left it here. Certainly not mine. Ready to get this party started?
Yeah. Does anybody have any, like, are you sick?
No, I'm fine.
Tired?
The last time we recorded, we were sitting down. Eric was sick, and I was in a terrible mood.
No.
Yeah.
In the last episode, we recorded all throughout Chicago and Seattle.
It was like trying to get your parents to play Operation during a divorce. It was not fun.
That's very specific.
No,
Very specific.
That's something that
like
happens
you
to
pulled that
lots of
before.
people. No, lots of people go through
That
that.
was a very
Kate, did you know that
personal-
Eric refused to go into the Space Needle with me?
Okay.
Why?
He wouldn't go.
Because it's a needle?
Because it's up
he's got
high.
issues with needles?
That's pretty good. But no, it was just heights. So I went up by myself.
Man.
I know, he just sat in the gift shop.
It's so high. No,
Yeah.
it's a glass bottom.
One level has a glass bottom.
But the elevator's glass.
It doesn't have a glass bottom. It has a glass, like, you can
No.
see everything.
You wouldn't even, like, cower in the corner?
He wouldn't do it.
No, I cower in the corner of the gift shop on the ground floor, on the ground.
I think you would have freaked
That's
out
bad.
up there because
Yeah.
it's, like, there's a regular solid floor, but the windows, like, bow out. So you can, like, lay on the windows. So you're just, like, looking.
No.
So that was kind of cool.
He's sick just
Yeah.
thinking about
I
it.
almost fainted when he sent me a picture of it
Yeah.
when I was in the gift shop. I almost fell right off the
He
bench.
got the vapors real bad.
Oh,
Real bad.
Nobody look at that. There we go. I had
Right.
the book cover. I had a book cover up.
Don't say anything mean about the Youth Media Awards. Just keep chanting that in your heads.
Okay.
So
there's
we
nothing
should
mean
get
to
the Zeus
say.
comments
I know.
out
Oh,
right
yeah.
now.
But yeah, so it's pronounced Seuss.
It's Seuss. Yeah, you say
Seuss.
Seuss, not Suze.
Not Zeus.
Yeah, none of
Not
those.
the god of Olympus.
Nothing like that. All right,
So-
should we do this? What are we, 181?
Yeah, it is 181.
Let's rock it.
All right. Welcome to episode 181 of All the Book Show, recorded at the David A. Howe Public Library, where we talk book news, author news, and literary news. I'm Eric Mickles.
I'm Nick Gunning. And?
I'm Kate Miller.
Yeah.
See?
Kate
Bring
is
that
not
enthusiasm to
here under duress.
Yeah.
Kate wanted to be on the podcast.
Begged and pleaded.
It wasn't like pulling teeth. But here she is.
Yeah.
Because we're talking Youth Media Awards.
Yeah.
Which we do
I
every
am in
year.
a bad mood today.
Are you?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Before we started recording, I said, "Is anybody like in a bad mood or sick?"
Yeah.
And then I thought, I was like, "Oh, I'm in the bad."
You're
mood."
the one.
Yeah.
who's in
I
a
think
bad
I
mood.
think
guess we
people could
didn't
tell
ask, you know?
something was. Yeah. Nobody did ask.
I guess I felt confident that you were in a good mood.
Yeah.
But
I think people could tell from that intro.
oh, maybe.
So.
Well, you were kind of like,
I don't know.
Kate, how many
I
times have you
guess.
done this podcast? The Youth Media Awards.
Particular one, I think this is my third.
Third. Wow.
Third.
And you've done Goodreads Choice, so this is like what, episode 6 maybe that you've been on?
Yeah, 6, I think, because I was
Woo!
here for,
You're nipping at the heels of my little
one of
brother,
our
who
authors,
was on
yeah.
how many episodes? 6 or 7.
20.
Kate's becoming our
Yeah.
regular.
Yeah, that's why you say
Yes.
20 Steve all the time.
Do I say that?
That's a regular 20 Steve over
Yeah,
there.
I guess I do. Hi, Steve. While we're talking about former guest stars, yes, we're going to talk about the Youth
Former
Media
guest
Awards.
stars. He's not washed up in an
No,
alley
no.
and being like, anybody need a guest star?
You can come back. You can come
We'll
back.
guest star for
Yeah. We are going to talk about Youth Media Awards later. If you listened to last episode, you know that Eric and I were in Seattle when the awards were announced. We were there the whole time.
Goodbye, Seattle.
Yeah, so we'll talk about that a little later.
Yeah. Hey, now that we're not in Seattle, can we say it was kind of a hole?
Seattle itself?
Yeah.
Yes. Well, no. I mean, I don't want to say Seattle was terrible, but like I went to a conference in Chicago and walked away sort of loving Chicago.
Wow.
I went to a conference in Seattle and walked away being like, are we back yet? Are we still here?
Yeah. I guess the next one's in Colorado or something.
Is it?
Be nice.
I like Colorado. Spent some time in Colorado.
Did you?
Yeah.
Never been to Colorado.
Really?
Yeah.
No, it's a good.
I have to find a new someday I'll get away to their place.
Yeah, because Seattle's off the list.
Seattle was my I'm gonna escape and I'm gonna go to Seattle
Healthy.
location
Healthy.
for about 16 years.
Really.
Yeah.
Wow, half
since
of your life.
yeah, since I was 16.
I gotta say, I really enjoyed parts of it. I enjoyed like the market, the public market.
Yeah.
There was a lot of things that I did like, but I didn't walk away being like I gotta come back and hang out in Seattle.
Well, if I ever run away, don't go looking for me in Seattle because I did not go there.
Kate, we saw Emilio Estevez, but we can talk about that later.
Yeah.
Actually, now that
That's a
I've said
bonus.
that,
Yeah.
maybe you should look in Seattle because maybe then I would go
You're
to Seattle
throwing me off
because
the trail.
some people would think he
Oh.
won't go to Seattle. He hated it there.
Kate, I also met Debbie McCumber.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
A little starstruck.
All right. Yeah. All right. That's neither here nor there.
Yeah.
Let's do bookmark.
I met George Lucas.
Did you?
No.
Oh, okay.
He wasn't there.
All right. Let's do bookmark. Let's talk about some of the things we've been reading. Who wants to go first? Eric, why don't you? Go ahead.
Sorry, there was a siren.
I heard it, yeah, and you dropped everything like you were a golden retriever.
Yeah, I did.
I was worried about
Yeah, I've been
you.
living with dogs too long. Like, huh? Yeah.
So what have you been reading?
What have I been? I'm just never prepared to go first on this one.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's a different siren.
Oh my gosh.
It is though. It made a weird sound. It went like "Ruh, ruh, ruh, ruh,"
Yeah.
in case people can't hear. All right, I read Martha Wells' Artificial Condition,
Oh,
which
yeah.
is the second book in the Murderbot Diaries.
Yeah, that's the Hugos. Right? Hugo Award-winning series.
Something.
Yeah.
It won something
Hugo.
for being short in fiction.
Okay.
I liked it. It was funny. Okay.
I thought
I
you-
probably can't do this justice, but I said last time when I read All Systems Red, the first book,
Okay.
that he likes to just sit around and watch like TV shows on his robot feed
Okay.
because he's a robot.
Right.
So he just likes to read. Anyways, he gets on this transport ship, which is kind of sentient, but still like controlled and everything.
Okay.
But it's like behind it in the shut
Yes,
up.
You can't do it justice. We've established this.
In the cyberspace world of their communication, whatever.
Okay, all right.
It's basically like this ship is like behind the couch, like sneaking, watching whatever this robot is watching.
Okay.
But the ship, forget it. Read the book.
All right. But did you like it?
Yeah, I
Did you
like the
enjoy
book.
it? Okay.
Forget it.
All right.
That was terrible.
Enjoy
I don't
it.
edit this podcast. I'm editing that out.
Yeah, I think you should.
I read Power Rangers: Soul of the Dragon.
Yes, and we got this at the ALA conference.
I got this
from
the
from
Boom
the
Studios.
Boom booth, yeah.
Since the DC comics area could not keep a promise. So, okay, I don't know if I told you this. DC was there with comics, and I said, "Oh, are you giving these comics away?" And they said, "On the last day, because we don't want to bring anything back with us." And I was like, "All right, I'll be there." And then we saw them again at a conference. I was like, "Hey, you said you were giving stuff away the last day. What time?" And they said, "Oh, probably around 12." I was like, "Okay, I'll be there." So we get there at 11:30, and all but 4 books remain. It was very sad.
Yeah, he was wronged. There's no two ways about
But
it.
anyways, this is from Boom Studios. They try to make it sound like it's Power Rangers meets Logan because this is Tommy Oliver's last mission doing Power
Okay.
Ranger stuff. It is not dark enough or serious enough for that.
Sorry.
He basically his morpher is breaking, and now he can only morph
Okay.
through the different forms he's had, but backwards. So he starts as the newest one, and the last one's going to be the Green Ranger.
Okay.
So, but he only has like 5 morphs left then. And he's trying to like help his son and everything.
Kind of intense.
Yes, except it's just never. He's just fine.
Oh.
He's just being a cop.
Okay.
It's not dark or anything. It's not like all the other Power Rangers are dead, and now I'm carrying around a addled Zordon. you know?
Okay.
See? Because Zordon was the big head.
Yeah, I know.
Anyway, I still liked it. I gave it 4 stars for some reason. I don't know why I liked it so much, but it did it for me.
I think maybe your bad mood is playing into
Yeah.
your review of this Power Rangers
Yeah.
book.
I think you'd like it.
Do you?
Yeah.
Maybe I'll read it.
Nick didn't realize that Tommy had the Dragon Zord.
What?
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, okay.
How
Sorry.
did you
I-
not
I-
know?
Sometimes I forget that we are the same age, but we have lived very different
The
lives.
last thing I knew about Power Rangers was that my brother, when he was approximately 4 or 5, decided he was going to marry the Pink Ranger. That was it.
Well, your brother has good taste.
That is
I'll
my
just say that.
extent of
And-
knowledge.
Everybody wanted to marry the Pink
I
Ranger.
guess so. So you might want to talk to him instead of me.
Yeah.
Well, he was 4 and I was older, so
That is true.
I would have been 6. I don't
Well,
know.
it's not really a good story.
All right. I read Refugee. Refugee put me in a bad mood yesterday by Alan Gratz.
Okay.
This is a juvenile book. We're doing this for a 7th grade book club. And it's about 3 different kids, one during the Holocaust, one during 1994 trying to escape Cuba,
Okay.
and then 2015 Syrian refugee.
Wow.
And yeah, all pretty depressing.
Yeah.
That
That much is clear.
The child escaping the Holocaust, they try to escape to Cuba, get sent away.
Okay.
They get turned away, so they have to go back to Europe, which is not what they wanted to do. Cuba, it's one of those. I guess there was the policy in '94 where if you were found on land, you could stay, but if you were found at sea, you would be sent back.
Yeah, I've heard that.
And so it's about them trying to get to land before they get seen.
That Nelson DeMille book that I read recently, The Cuban Affair, had dealt with that time. And that issue.
Oh, okay, yeah. And then the Syrian refugees are trying to get to Germany, and they all do kind of connect. And the you don't read about the resolution of the Holocaust story, but you find out about it.
Okay.
It's very sad.
I bet. Yeah.
So
that makes sense. How did you happen to choose this book? I'm curious.
Kids asked for it. Alan Grant's wrote like Prisoner. What is it? 3087. I can't remember the number. And he wrote Project, and he wrote Grenade. He's written a few books like this, but this was newer. This was 2017, I think. I could be wrong, but we had enough copies, and it's for this one. Oh, I'm sorry. This is for the 8th grade one.
Okay.
So it will be fun trying to talk to the 8th graders about this without getting so political.
Yeah, seriously.
I don't get asked back.
Right.
So.
So did you enjoy it though?
It was good. It's definitely
difficult?
written for a younger reading level.
Okay.
But it's heavy topics.
Yeah.
It's but it is one of those things where if a kid asks me a question, I might be like, "That's a good question for your teacher. Who's watched Aquaman?" So
yeah, good. Have some nice pivots like that.
I read Minimum Carnage.
Okay.
So because it took place in the middle of my Agent Venom and my Scarlet Spider reading.
Of course.
So I had to read Minimum Carnage, but also I've been reading through all Venom and Carnage things.
It's too much.
So this was not good. I don't know if either of you care about the microverse in the Marvel universe.
You can assume no.
No. All right.
Safe.
I didn't care about this. It wasn't that fun.
So we all agree.
Yeah, I think we do. I also watched Black Klansmen.
Oh.
The Spike Lee film.
Okay.
That's up for Best Picture. It's very good. I felt like I needed to take a scrub pad to my skin afterwards.
Yeah.
It's because this is about is it Colorado? I can't remember exactly. I think it's in Colorado. The main character is trying to sneak into the KKK to investigate them. So he enlists his another officer played by Adam Driver to go in there. So the main character is on the phone talking to David Duke.
Right.
The head of it at the time, played by Topher Grace, and Adam Driver's the face going in there and everything. And it gets pretty intense at times, but it's pretty funny. And it's a very cool film, and there's some real style to it and everything. But you do have to listen to a bunch of members of the KKK talk about stuff together when they think no one is listening.
Jeez.
So
I do want to see the movie, but I'm
reading this,
watching
watching this, and then reading Refugee. I was like, I cannot hear the phrase inferior race one more time. I'm gonna lose.
You're in a bad mood.
But it's after
you're reading about the worst of humanity.
After watching Black Klansman, it was definitely like, all right, put something funny on quick.
Yeah.
It ends. I'll tell you how it ends.
I don't know how it ends.
No, I'm not how the story ends. It has an end coda showing recent activities.
No thanks.
So if you've been watching the news in the past 3 years, you'll recognize it was just like Kendra thought I was asleep because I was just so still, but it was just like muscle control. I'm like, So anyways.
Well, it sounds like a pretty powerful movie.
So I've been in a bad mood, and I've been caught up on Gotham. So I started watching Batman, the animated series on Blu-ray.
That's a little better.
The reason I bring it up is because like people don't need to hear me talk about Batman, the animated series.
They do not.
But I got the Blu-ray collection,
Yeah.
and I didn't think there would be such a difference between the Blu-ray version of this and like just the DVD of the animated series. It is like night and day. It like I don't even need a comparison video.
About it.
I was just watching like the first 5 episodes, which are notoriously like not so great. The first couple episodes, even animation quality, they're rough. But like the color, it's insane. Just like they're like even the first appearance of Scarecrow, which is in the great episode, but it's just like reds just like pop out.
Wow.
Everything is so much crisper. I've watched the pilot, the On Leather Wings, plenty of times, and that whole like chase in the sky thing looks better than it. I really like was shocked.
Wow.
That's
cool.
And there are comparison videos, and you see it's just like it's muddier. It looks like the original is like in a fog a lot of times, and it's great. So I'm rewatching it all, and it sounds great too. So yeah, nice. I'm caught up on Gotham season 5. Might not have been worth watching 4 seasons to get to. It's not. I'll review Gotham season 5 when it ends, but so far not so good. But,
well, that's a real hot take on the TV show Gotham.
No, but the first 4 seasons have been bad a lot of times, but there have been some really good episodes, and there have been really cool moments and stylish stuff, and the guy that got to play their Joker figure for a while was really good. This season is just not acting. It's like maybe they found out it was their last season yesterday. So I don't know. Anyway, that's it for me then.
Okay.
Should we just keep talking about Batman the
Don't
Animated
let
Series
Eric
though?
go first. Let me just make myself a note.
Yeah.
All right. I read some things that I picked up at the conference. So I finished Daisy Jones and the Six.
I'm dizzy.
So this is one that we talked about 2 episodes ago in anticipated books of the year. This is the setup is as told to memoir. So you just have like Daisy, and then she's commenting on what's going on. Billy, and he's commenting on what's going on, and the story is woven together through these individual like interviews.
Right.
And I've read some like actual books like that. The Daily Show book comes to mind that they put out recently,
Mm-hmm.
and I usually enjoy them. This was so impressive to me because it just felt so real. Like the way the characters would be they'd be talking about one big event in the band's career, like when they got signed, or a concert where something particularly great happened that kind of cemented what kind of band they were going to be, and the way each character would recount that event. And sometimes they would just flat out contradict each other, like who said what and all that. Just gave it this like really authentic feel. Like it was just very realistic, and I was really impressed by it. It was one of those ones where like I wanted to listen to the music.
Right.
And they did post but they included all the lyrics at the end.
So you're saying this work of fiction feels more authentic than Bohemian Rhapsody?
Yes, yes, I do think that. I was really like flying high with this one to be like, this is a great book, 5 stars. And I don't want to give anything away, but there are some developments in the end that really make it so they're kind of dumb, and then they sort of make you sit back and rethink the rest of the book, and it was really unfortunate. It's definitely worth reading. It's still a good book. But I would if I could just go in and just be like X, I would 5-star this book so fast.
Is Daisy Jones and the Six the band name?
There was a band called the Six that were just kind of like right on this level of fame. And Daisy Jones was kind of an up-and-comer on the same label.
Oh.
And they end up doing like a one-off track together, and then that develops into them kind of merging.
Right.
And
This is supposed to be Fleetwood? Kind of?
I don't know.
Oh, I thought it was supposed to be like Fleetwood
Oh,
Mac
I don't
for
know.
some reason.
But she's sort of the thing that like them together propels them like to the next level, and it's very well done. So even with my little like problems with the end,
Right.
I still highly recommend the book. It's
Okay.
very good. I read The Crossover by Kwame Alexander, which we're doing as a book club later this month.
Yeah.
This is the first of his books that I've read.
I met him.
Like his picture books. I know you did.
Yeah.
And I was really impressed with it. I really liked it. I thought because it's all written in his poetry. You know, like the stylistically it's poetry, and you think that's not. I don't know. I sort of felt like it's going to be like reading a page of poetry every time, but it just like it just like coalesces into this novel.
Right.
You know what I mean? Which I guess that's obvious when I say it out loud, but when you look at the format, it just doesn't seem like it's going to feel like that, but it does.
It's a cohesive story
exactly.
instead of...
It doesn't feel... It's like they all kind of stand alone, but they also work so well together, and it's just... it's a really interesting take on a novel.
Every time we've done this for book club, the kids have liked that because they feel like they read through it a lot faster.
Well, yes, that's
because
true.
they just read a page and then like, oh, I'll just read another page.
Yeah.
And then before they know it, they've read like half the book
Yeah.
because it's set up like
Yeah.
that. And they've never really had any problems with like it being in poetry form.
Yeah.
And they actually I've had some complaints that they wish he did more with like the way he'll do like swish and like, it will affect the style of the page and stuff. So.
I picked up Rebound, which is like the prequel to the crossover, and that to me seems like it has a lot more of those like stylistic choices, the way the words are presented.
Yeah, Booked has less, I think. The
Booked.
soccer one.
Oh, okay. It's just that's not connected.
Right.
Okay. Anyway, I really like that. While we were doing a lot of plane traveling, as Eric, you probably don't even remember. You were NyQuil out of your mind.
Yeah, on the way back, I definitely took a bunch of Z-Quills. Did I tell you that when I got home that Friday?
Yeah.
Like you dropped me off and everything. I got home. I was maybe up for like an hour and a half, and then like I just was like, Kendra, you go down. I'm gonna just like lie down for a second. I'll be right down for dinner or something.
Yeah.
And then I was just out. And I slept for 12 hours.
Wow.
From 9 to 9. Kendra has said she'd never seen me sleep so soundly for so long. Like, I remember waking up at 4, like, oh, I've been asleep for a while. All right, back to sleep.
Yeah.
So.
No, I don't.
So I
have
learned
no memories of sleeping.
the
12
way
hours.
to fight my insomnia is to do like a 8-hour flight,
Yeah.
take 4 Z-Quills,
Yeah.
and eat McDonald's twice in one day.
Wow.
So
Problem solved.
problem solved. I figured it out.
Okay, so that was a long way for me to say that I read a lot of graphic novels.
Yeah,
So
you did.
I'm going to jump through them rapid fire.
Oh, boy.
I finished Astounding Wolfman, which is a Robert Kirkman Image series. We did go to the Image comic booth at the ALA, and I was not impressed.
Yeah, Nick was I kind of liked it, but Nick was in a grumpy mood. Nick
I was
doesn't.
not in a grumpy mood. It was a bad presentation,
Yeah.
and they offered nothing. They didn't have any handouts. They didn't have any samples.
It's true. No
It was
giveaways. Yeah.
It was just like, well, I could have read that on the internet. You
Yeah.
gave me nothing. But anyway, I read Astounding Wolfman. It's a 4-volume set. I think it's 26 issues. It starts out in a cool way.
Mhm.
Like, you think it's going to be kind of episodic, and then instantly it's just like all of this, like,
Go on.
I can't think of the word, conspiracy.
Ooh.
It just becomes this huge conspiracy thing, and it's
Yeah.
just uninteresting to me, so I didn't like it.
Oh, okay.
I read Superboy Paradox, Volume 5 of the Superboy series.
Oh, boy.
Horrible. I read Harley and Ivy Meet Betty and Veronica. Surprisingly, horrible.
Really?
Yes.
You know what? Too. Who wrote it?
Paul Dini? Yeah, Paul Dini.
Huh.
Yeah. It's
Uh,
bad. It just doesn't work in the slightest.
I actually kind of feel like Harley and Poison Ivy aren't the meanest two on that cover.
Probably not.
So.
No. Okay, here's one I picked up at the conference.
That was
I
hard to
read
be afraid.
Raven by Cami Garcia, who wrote Beautiful Creatures and other things.
We got this for free.
We did. This is coming out later this year, and it's a take on the Teen Titans character Raven, whose father is the demon Trigun. If you're not aware, Kate.
Yeah.
I know who Raven is.
Oh, that's good.
We've watched Teen Titans Go
Nice.
before, at
Okay.
least.
I thought this was very well done. There was no, like, let's jump it and get to the exciting stuff. It just told a very good story with that as the undercurrent. So I hope there's more. I liked that.
Was that
Thumbs
one
up for me.
graphic? Or
It was.
It's a YA, like their new standalone YA graphics, like they did with
DC Inc. is the imprint. With the Mira by Daniel Page.
and their Catwoman. What is it called?
Hmm.
A Cat's Tail?
The Lauren Miracle one. I
Yeah.
can't remember what it's called. I have it in my bag. to
DC
read.
Inc.
Yep.
Don't ask them to save you anything.
Yeah, don't.
They won't.
I got some good stuff, but
All right.
I've been loving the depowered Superman run.
Mhm.
So I read Dark Truth and Truth Hurts. Loved them. Batman 66 meets Wonder Woman 77. They take the old Adam West, Linda Carter shows, mash them together. I loved it, people.
Yeah. I saw was Nightwing in this?
Yeah.
Is Burt Ward?
Yeah,
now
Burt
Nightwing?
Ward is Nightwing. Yeah.
All right. I never. Like, he's 40 years old and still Robin. I
Yeah,
just don't
yeah.
know.
Right.
At one point, you should just decide you're just always going to
You're
be
always gonna
Robin.
be
He's a
Robin.
confirmed Robin.
Then I read Nightwing New Order, which is like a
That's nice.
futuristic Nightwing tale that worked pretty well.
Look at my mind.
So I finished all those. Now I'm currently reading The Fifth Season by Ian Caldwell. Have either of you read The Rule of Four? Do you remember
Oh, you
Rule
wrote
of
the.
Four?
Wait, you mean the Fifth Gospel?
What did I say?
Fifth season.
Fifth Gospel, everyone.
Yeah, by N.K. Jemisin.
Yeah,
You're
not
reading.
that Fifth
Ian
Gospel
Caldwell.
by Ian Caldwell. So you guys don't know The Rule of Four?
No.
I was working at a public library in Michigan when that came out, and it was like huge. Like we
Mhm.
just couldn't stock this book quickly enough, and then it kind of disappeared. I don't know. Like nobody talks about it. It has a low rating on Goodreads now.
Mm.
It's like it just vanished into the wind.
Only
so,
kids from the 80s will understand the
You're right.
Rule of Four.
So
Sorry.
Rule of Four was Ian Caldwell and another author whose name I don't remember.
Yeah, this is from the co-author.
Yeah. So this is just Ian Caldwell writing on his own. So far, I'm liking it.
David Baldacci likes it.
David Baldacci likes it. I don't like David Baldacci, but he likes this book.
All right.
So anyway, I picked it up because I love the Rule of Four and didn't realize that either of those guys had written anything else. So far, so good. And that's a wrap on what I've been reading.
Kate?
Right now, I'm reading Mercy Suarez Changes Gear, the winner.
Oh,
Never mind. We'll get to that.
Spoiler alert, Kate.
I'm reading Mercy Suarez Changes Gear. I'm only like 60 pages in, but it's kind of reminding me of The Hate U Give in the main character's situation. She's going to a private school that has a different demographic than she lives in.
Okay.
She gets a scholarship to go to a private school, and so she's struggling with those difficulties. But I mean, it's all right so far. I'm not completely sold on it, but
All right. Well,
Not far,
I have
but
questions on this, but I'm going to save it till we get to the
okay.
spotlight.
I'm also reading, what is that, Young Elites by Marie Lu. I read her
Legend series?
Legend series and enjoyed it, and I was kind of in between books, so I picked that one up, and then, of course, I got flooded with other books to read.
As
It's
is
going
the
pretty well.
Yeah.
I enjoy her. She's got strong female main characters, which I always like. There's a lot of action and intensity, so it's a good quick read. Still got a little bit to finish on that, but I'm going to read Mercy Suarez first. I'm reading, what is that, Unhappy Medium?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I get
Suddenly
it.
Supernatural. A young medium is staying in a haunted hotel.
Fun.
Yeah, it's cute. It was one that I think my mom had actually picked up for my daughter, and she picked it off the shelf and said, "Will you read this one to me?" And so we're working our way through it.
Fun.
It's a pretty good read. And I am reading through the Harry Potter, well, I'm reading through part of the Harry Potter series with my kids. We've read books 1 and 2, and we are reading 3, but I told them I can't read any more than that because then it starts to get really sad.
The Harry Potter?
Yes.
Yeah.
But this one's my favorite, so they kind of talked me into
which one's
reading
your
the
favorite?
third one. Prisoner of Azkaban.
Oh,
So you're liking Prisoner of Azkaban then?
For about the 5th time, yes.
Yeah, Azkaban,
At least.
it's up there.
Azkaban was my
for me.
favorite.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we haven't
guess it
read
is
them
my
all yet
favorite.
either.
I've read the first
Wait,
4.
are you reading Deathly Hallows?
No. No, I'm
Oh.
not.
No, he left his Goodreads.
My Goodreads is
Oh,
up
I
there.
was confused about
Yeah.
that. Okay.
I would have never
That
said
was me.
finally reading this classic
I didn't say classic.
What?
It's a gem.
gem. Yeah.
It's a gem.
I mean,
No,
which have you read?
the first 4.
Oh, okay. Oh,
He's
wow.
missing so much.
I guess.
He is, but it would be hard for me to tell someone they should read Order of the Phoenix because I
Yes, I
hate
know.
it.
It's just
That
not
was
one
the
of those
very
things.
moody, angsty teen.
Yeah, if you want to read
No.
Harry Potter being a brat for 600 pages, that's the book.
It gets better though.
Plus, I feel like the more you know about J.K. Rowling, the less you want to.
You don't want to learn how wizards peed?
Gosh.
Come on now.
She needs to stop. Okay. All right. That's
That's
pretty good,
it.
Hall.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. Let's, I don't know, you want to jump to the New York Times bestseller list?
Yeah, but first I just want to talk a little bit more about the Batman
Yeah,
animated
let's do it.
series.
Bring it in.
New York Times bestsellers list.
You know what I did want to mention, though? I watched Annihilation last night with Natalie Portman and Oscar Isaacs. Have you seen this movie?
I don't watch movies.
You don't?
She doesn't watch
Okay.
movies.
Ever.
I've seen it.
Yeah.
I saw it. I read it and I saw it.
Based on the the first in the Southern Reach trilogy by Jeff Vandermeer. It was a well-made movie. I was intrigued by it. It did not leave me feeling good.
No, I remember leaving that being in a bad mood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the idea of reading the books kind of intrigues me, but you did not have
I didn't like them, but my wife loved them.
Has she read all 3?
No, she's read the first.
Okay. Are they making more of the movies?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think they made this as just like a standalone. Also, it didn't really make tons of money.
Yeah, I don't know.
So it only got an
Watching
American theatrical release. Everywhere else got it on Netflix.
Oh, okay.
So I guess they just didn't. Yeah, which is crazy. But it plays a lot like an old school, like Solaris or Space 2001: A Space Odyssey.
Mhm.
It plays like that kind of slow, older sci-fi thing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I know what you
but
mean.
with like modern effects
Yeah.
and everything. Near the end of it, I don't know how you were doing at the end, but like I remember watching it and be like, this is cool. I don't know how everyone in the theater is liking this. So it gets very trippy
Yeah, it does.
at the end.
Yeah, it does.
But yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, all right. New York Times me.
Okay. All right. So New York Times bestsellers list for hardcover fiction, adult fiction. Number 10 is the new Iberia Blues. Am I saying that right? Iberia?
Iberia?
Yeah, it's like Siberia.
Yeah, I think so.
The new Iberia Blues by James Lee Burke. Detective Dave
Robichaud
and his new partner, Bailey Robbins, investigates the death of a young woman by crucifixion.
Ugh.
Yikes.
Oh, well, that's been there for 3 weeks. Nick will read that and tell us what he thought.
Nick will not. I've only read one James Lee Burke. I read Neon Rain, and I was not a fan.
Yeah, Neon Rain is probably toxic and poisonous.
You shouldn't.
You don't want
to
drink it or get it on your
One
skin.
of your plants.
All right, number 9, The Only Woman in the Room. I said womb. So that's just having a baby for the most part. Yeah. Oh no, there's 2 women
Yeah,
in the womb.
I read this.
Oh yeah, you did. By Marie Benedict.
Yeah.
Hedy Lamarr flees to Hollywood, where she becomes a screen star and develops technology that might combat the Nazis.
Yeah.
Is that a good description of the book?
It is, oddly
Okay.
enough. I think it does not work at all. It's like historical fiction. It's a fictionalized account of things that really happened.
Right.
But they say that thing about her inventing technology, which is it's almost like an epilogue.
Right.
Most of this book is about her weird relationship with her first husband.
Okay.
And it just, I don't know. It's just not very good. I didn't like it. It was Barnes & Noble's book club pick for, I think, February.
Oh.
And so I read it, and I was just underwhelmed. My wife read The Other Einstein, which is another of her pseudo-fictional accounts, and she was kind of felt the same way, a little underwhelmed by it.
All right. Well,
It's too bad.
two hot takes right there.
Yeah.
Number 8, Fire and Blood by George R.R. Martin, the first volume of the 2-part history of the Targaryens in Westeros.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
You saw that commercial, that Bud Light commercial during the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So
Worst Super Bowl I've ever seen.
yeah, it was very
That's what
boring.
I hear.
It was just boring.
Glad I missed it.
My wife says it wasn't a. The problem with the game was that both defenses were really good, so nobody was scoring. But that it still equaled a very boring game
Yeah.
with
Oh, yeah.
very boring commercials.
Yep.
Great
So.
defense does not mean a lot of
Yeah,
entertainment.
Mm-mm.
yeah. So it's just watching like two people playing Risk.
Yeah.
And they're just like one's in Australia and
Yeah.
they're just All right, that's a Risk reference for anybody
You
who's
did.
like,
You took it there.
Number 7, new this week, The Goldentresses of the Dead by Alan Bradley. Flavia Deluge, a 12-year-old detective, is on the case when a human finger ends up in her sister's wedding cake.
Nothing about that appeals to me.
Wow.
Wedding cake.
12-year-old
It's
detective.
like a very dark Nancy Drew.
finger in the
Yeah.
You're right. You're right.
Oh, man.
Do you think there's ever going to be a story where Nancy Drew has to solve a murder and it was the Hardy Boys who did it?
Quite a crossover.
I can say absolutely no. That will never happen.
All right. What about the murder of the Hardy Boys and Nancy Drew has to solve it?
What about a movie where Tina Fey plays an adult Nancy Drew
Yes.
and doesn't want to solve a mystery?
Yeah.
You
I like
had
that.
that Tina.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. But that's awesome.
Thank you.
That's
Thank you.
pitched right
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
Call me Hollywood.
She doesn't want to solve the mystery.
She doesn't want to solve that. Look, I don't do that anymore.
Yeah. And now I want to cast the Hardy Boys and everybody else.
Yeah.
I get more SNL people.
I think I would go Will Arnett as one of the Hardy Boys.
Will Arnett.
Will Arnett.
Okay, yeah, that's Will Arnett and Tim Meadows.
Okay.
is my go-to
It's
for
a
that.
weird choice, but sure.
Yeah. All right. Okay, you've derailed me.
I'm sorry.
Number 6, Turning Point by Danielle Steele. Nick did not meet Danielle Steele.
I didn't, but I met Debbie McCumber.
Yeah, 4 American trauma doctors face difficult choices when they join a mass casualty training program in Paris. This isn't the first time Danielle Steele's done with this.
It's a downer list.
Yeah.
It's a downer list.
Yeah, I almost thought you said Donner.
No,
Donner.
it feels kind of like that.
Yeah, number 5. How about this? The Reckoning. Oh, wait. By John Grisham. Decorated World War II veteran shoots and kills a pastor.
Yeah.
All right.
This is. I realize that this is not an actual problem, but I have a bunch of books I've been waiting for to come in ebook form on Overdrive. They all came in at once, including John Grisham's The Reckoning, including Truly Madly Guilty for the book club, including a Kwame Alexander.
Yeesh.
It's hard.
I read a book that made me think about the same kind of plight that you're going through right now. It's called Refugee
Right.
by Alan Grant.
Goodbye.
Liar, Liar at number 4. This is not the novelization of the Jim Carrey movie that we've been waiting for.
But it could be.
Yeah. Did that have a junior novelization?
I don't think so.
Okay. Ace Ventura did.
That makes
The
more
first.
sense.
All right. Yeah. Detective. This is in Candace Fox.
Oh yeah.
Detective Harriet Blue
My wife likes these.
has become a dangerous fugitive from the law,
Sure
and she
has.
pursues the murderer Reagan Banks. Yeah. Number 3. Some of these are new for us because we were gone,
Yeah.
but they're not. Number 3, An Anonymous Girl by Greer Hendricks and Sarah Peckinpah.
Yes,
Peckinpah.
I loved The Wife Between Us. So good. That was their first book.
Yeah.
I really want to read this.
Jessica Ferris's life unravels when she signs up for Dr. Shields' psychological study. Yeah, maybe like that Community episode. The Duncan Community.
Seems like that one fell flat.
Yeah, everybody leave me alone. Number 2, new this week, Crucible by James Rowlands, not Star Wars Crucible. Just different Crucible.
James Rowland.
Yeah. Monk, Cocculus. Cocculus. And Commander Gray Pierce use arcane clues in hopes of preventing a potential apocalypse. So, yeah.
All right.
Yeah. No, Oscar Isaacs, don't accept the role.
On the feed, we're having somebody who's upset because that James Patterson gave away some spoilers. It happened to me once with Alex Cross, where the synopsis is like, wait a minute, what?
Oh, sorry. Yeah,
No, it's all right. How do you know? How would you know?
Yeah.
Anyway.
So,
The New York Times, not us.
Nancy
blame
Drew,
them.
number 3. After proving the Hardy Boys did kill
No, that's not true.
Farmer Owens. Number 1, Where the Crawdads Sing by Delilah Owens. A woman who survived alone in the marsh becomes a murder suspect. Part of the Reese Witherspoon Book Club.
I hate to derail us again, but
Uh-huh.
what if you do a Will Ferrell, John C. Reilly, Hardy Boys
Okay.
for Tina Fey's Nancy Drew?
Okay.
You think?
Well, they just did the Holmes and Watson
I know,
thing.
they need to redeem themselves.
You want them to do an actual
All right.
funny version of that.
Where are the Crawdads?
Yeah.
Sing, dance, live,
Okay.
sing. Okay.
Should the Hardy
All of the
Boys
above.
be like the Will Ferrell thing, or should you make the Hardy Boys like hot?
Huh.
Should they be like the best looking boys in town?
Yeah, that could be.
So, yeah. So like John Hamm and
No, I'm in a John Hamm and Will Arnett, or Will Arnett and Ryan Hansen from like Veronica Mars.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
this is not real.
That's true. That was it. That was number 1.
Okay, Crawdads.
Yeah, where the Crawdads sing.
Wow.
I want to know what the Crawdads sing.
Yeah,
So,
me too.
yeah.
Me too. All right.
Yeah. Thanks.
Maybe.
Well,
Kate's here, everybody.
She was. Yeah, Kate's here.
Kind of.
All right.
All right.
Kate checked out once she realized we weren't talking anymore about Batman the Animated
You guys
Series.
started talking about actors,
She wanted
and
it.
I
Sorry,
didn't know
Kate.
who they
Those are
were,
from movies and
I-
films.
You don't know who
I
Will
understand
Ferrell
who
is?
it is. I know Will Ferrell.
She
Okay.
does.
Not
All
a
right.
fan, but
Let's get into what we're all here for.
When are we gonna do a real Will Ferrell episode?
We're talking about Batman the Animated Series.
Woo!
No.
I'm
that's a
in!
joke. That's a joke.
Let me tell you why I do and don't like the
No.
Riddler in that.
We're talking about the Youth Media Awards, everyone.
All right.
Eric and I were there in
Woo!
person as it happened.
Hold on.
Kate was watching.
Woo!
Kate was
That
watching
is
the
not
live
as
stream.
excited as some people were.
Oh my gosh, that's true. Here's a little insider information.
Yeah.
They would announce, they would be like, the Caldecott has listed 4 honors, and people would be like, yeah! Just like screaming.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Yeah. I don't know
I mean,
why
it's
some
good.
were
It's
excited.
good
that-
somebody was
excitement.
very invested.
It would happen
Yes.
too, like 4 honor awards, yeah, and then sometimes they'd be like, we had 2 honor awards. They'd be like, oh.
Yeah, I know.
It's
It's
like,
really-
well, are you
It
excited or
was a
surprised?
Very interactive
What?
crowd.
Yeah,
Very
and then when
interactive.
somebody won, it was like, and guess what? Your mother, she didn't die.
Yeah.
She's here today.
Yeah, that's what it was like.
They're like, yes!
That's exactly what it was like.
Yeah.
So you can find the full listing of all of the honors and everything at the ALA's website, ala.org. Just search Youth Media Awards, and somewhere in there you'll find it.
LA.org.
So we're gonna hit some of the big ones, some of our favorites today. I gotta say, my hat's off to both of you, because as I was sitting there going through, we have a lot of these books already.
Yay.
Long before they were nominated, long before they won, we already had the books in the collection.
It's true.
So,
Yeah.
round of applause. I'm gonna be like,
There you go.
It's funny because we
Works
were
now.
talking during the awards,
Yeah.
and it did feel more like, man, I have failed this year. So
Did you?
yeah, it
There was
felt
a couple
so.
of categories.
There were a
that
lot.
well,
yeah.
sure, well, we can
We'll
talk
get
about
to
that
it, yeah.
because there are some straight up upsets in here.
Yeah.
I think, but no, I thought for the most part we had a really good balance overall.
Yeah.
All right, so let's. I don't know where you guys want to start. I was thinking maybe we start with Coretta Scott King Award.
Let's do it.
I think that was announced first.
Sounds good.
All right.
At least I have my handwandten notes from actually.
Yeah,
being
he was there,
everyone. Do you
riding
like that?
away like a Hardy Boy.
I was. Yep, and I just gotten away with a murder.
I don't know why I always want to make the Hardy Boys the villains.
No one
I
knows.
just feel like that's where society is headed,
Yeah.
or is. That
Interesting.
the Hardy Boys would be the bad ones.
Yeah.
Now Nancy Drew has
Yeah, well,
to
it's
stop
kind of
that.
like how Superman's a villain now. Same deal.
Yeah.
Same deal.
Sure.
All right.
Wait, who did the Hardy Boys snap
I
neck
don't
up?
know. Coretta Scott King Award. Okay, so
Farmer Owens.
the Coretta Scott King Book Awards designated to commemorate the life and works of Dr. Martin Luther King and to honor Mrs. Coretta Scott King for her courage and determination to continue the work for peace. All right, so we have here an author award and we have an illustrator award.
Ah,
So why don't we start with the illustrator award? I know you don't have all these images, and that's fine.
I sure don't.
Well, okay. So let's. Do you have this in front of you too, Kate? So we can
I do.
we can talk about these. All right. Let's look at the illustrator honors. We have Hidden Figures, illustrated by Laura Freeman, written by Margot Lee Shetterling. Have you read this one? I know I have it. Did you like it?
Yeah,
Were you a fan?
I really did. Nice, clean cut illustrations, colorful, bright. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
So the Batman show looks like on Blu-ray now.
Good. Good for you.
She just
We're
described.
back
I
there
know.
now.
Sorry.
The next, and these are specifically about illustration. So how did the, what illustrations? Like what impacted it?
What impacted it?
Well, you know, I mean, what do you think about them?
very-
She's
was
joining
sassy.
NASA.
You know, like what do you think caught the eye of the panel?
It was bright. It was bright
brightness.
colored.
Okay.
Yeah. It was beautiful.
All
Like
right.
lemon.
Next is Let the Children
of.
March. I thought the so I really liked this one. I thought the images were very they weren't like photorealistic or anything like that. They were a little
Ooh.
exaggerated, but in a way that I don't know, I thought really added to the story. I was reading this to my son, and we got to a page, and they hadn't said Martin Luther King. And he was like, that looks like Martin Luther King. And I was like, parenting win.
Yeah, good job.
But anyway, Let the Children March, and then Memphis, Martin, and the Mountaintop.
Mm-hmm.
Any thoughts on either of those, Kate?
I actually haven't read the other two.
Okay, well...
Hidden Figures I got, the other two I didn't.
I put a hold on the Memphis, Martin, and the Mountaintop. Hasn't come yet.
Okay.
I was a fan of Let the Children March. The winner I have right here with me is The Stuff of Stars by Marion Dane Bauer, illustrated by Akua Holmes. I hadn't read this one yet, but I'm fascinated by the imagery. We were talking before we started on whether or not I thought how they would, how kids would respond to them. Some of them I find downright creepy, but they're all very interesting. They're visually.
But if you're thinking of the universe and the stuff of stars, the universe is kind of a deep and can be kind of frightening place.
Yeah.
When you think
Yeah,
about
it's terrifying.
it. So
It is a cold, uncaring place.
Oh boy.
We are circling around a star that will die out someday, and we will not be missed.
This is why I gave up science. I couldn't do the astronomy thing.
Right.
I couldn't do it.
See, when we had the two mics, you could just pull the mic away from it.
That's right. I'd be like, oh,
But now we just have.
done.
But anyway. All right. So anyway, the winner was The Stuff of Stars.
Cockroaches will miss us.
So the author honorees are Finding Langston, written by Lisa Klein Ransom. The Parker Inheritance, written by Varian Johnson.
Woo!
The Season of Styx Malone, written by Kekla Magoon.
Woo!
I had heard of The Parker Inheritance. That was the only one that I was aware of before these came out. Are you familiar with
I
these?
feel like I had heard of Finding Langston,
Okay.
but I haven't read it.
Yeah, and I was familiar with the season book.
Okay. See, the winner this year is A Few Red Drops, The Chicago Race Riot of 1919, written by Claire Hartfield. This was the first I'd heard this title.
Yeah.
I know. I'd never seen it. I'd never heard of it before. They certainly made it sound interesting, so I'll be interested to learn a little bit more about it. That's the Coretta Scott King Book Awards. Again, you can find more information on all of these at the ALA website, ala.org. Preferences where we go next?
No.
Okay.
You lead this train.
All right.
I'm on cover duty.
All right.
Kate's
why don't
on
we
having
Why don't we
Reddit
go
duty.
ahead and let's take a look at the Michael L. Prince Award.
Sure.
The Michael L. Prince Award is an award for a book that exemplifies literary excellence in young adult literature.
Woo!
So Eric, why don't you take this one?
Huh?
You want to talk about it? No? Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry. You're on cover duty. You're right. All right, so there were 3 honorees this year. Damsel, written by Elena K. Arnold.
Mm-hmm.
A Heart in a Body in the World, written by Deb Coletti. And I, Claudia, written by Mary McCoy.
Mm-hmm.
You familiar with these?
I've heard of these. I actually passed on getting I, Claudia, and now I have to get it. So.
Do you want to announce the winner here?
The Poet X. Which we've had for a long time.
Yeah, that one I've seen many times, and I was familiar with this
Poet
one.
X won a few awards.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, I think it was one of those.
Did it
Got a
win?
couple.
No, it didn't win the audiobook one.
No, Sadie won that one.
Sadie won the audiobook one, but this was up for it, I think.
Which was funny because I specifically said that the Sadie audiobook was no good, and
Yeah.
I won.
That was
So
what Eric told me.
what do I know?
Yeah.
The Poet X, written in a similar, at least of the format wise, to the Kwame Alexander books,
Yeah.
crossover, and that's
Yeah, and Jason Reynolds also has written in that style with Long Way Down.
Oh, really? I didn't notice. Okay.
Yep.
So you haven't read Poet X?
No, I have not.
Okay, I got it on my shelf.
I read Long Way Down.
I know you did. All right.
Poet X also was listed under the Pura Belpre Awards.
Oh, okay.
Woo!
For, Latin writer and
Yeah,
illustrator whose children booked best poetry.
Yeah.
Yep, the Latino culture. So
All right.
that was where I was
The
at.
Theodore Seuss Geisel Award. Kate, you want to talk about the honorees in this one?
I am mighty Zeus. This is my award. Just kidding.
I feel like the Theodore Seuss Geisel Awards are very hard to try and predict.
Absolutely.
I had no idea. I hadn't heard of any of these. I mean, obviously we've heard of, one of the honor books was The Adventures of Otto, C. Pip Flap.
Yeah.
A couple of years ago, another The Adventures of Otto won
Yeah.
the Geisel Award. So that one kind of makes sense.
My son loves that series, so I had read that book.
It's cute. I had missed it though. Another honor award was Fox and Chick, The Party and Other Stories, written and illustrated by Sergio Rousier.
Yeah, I had not read that book.
Are foxes in vogue right now?
I know there's a lot of Fox winning books.
Yeah. There's a lot of Fox books.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Good for foxes.
Yeah.
Awareness.
Do you think Michael J. Fox should make a comeback? Or?
Yeah. Some people in Germany are trying to domesticate foxes. They're
Really?
seeing some results.
Right.
You're seeing some of their ears kind of droop a little bit.
Great.
He's already told me
Good.
this.
Yeah.
Because I thought it would actually be really nice to have a fox for a pet.
Do you?
I think they're adorable.
They are very cute.
They're so cute. Anyway, King and Kayla and the Case of the Lost Tooth.
All right.
I have another King and Kayla book.
I straight up don't understand these King and Kayla books. I don't like them. My son doesn't like them. I don't enjoy reading them. I mean, they're essentially picture books that are the length of chapter books.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Reading them is a
Not
chore.
that enjoyable.
The stories aren't good.
And I mean,
In my personal opinion, I'm not making a judgment like
Yeah.
for the world. I don't get the appeal of these books.
distinguished beginning reader book.
And that's
It's
insane.
not.
They're not beginning reader
They're
books.
long.
Yeah, they are.
And they're work. They
Yeah,
are
but see,
short.
that's what I like about the auto books because
Yes.
you know you could basically read those.
Yeah.
As a very very early reader, you could read those. King and Kayla, absolutely not. I mean, they're mysteries.
No.
They're weird little mysteries.
So
Anyway.
no, I disagree. We disagree.
Yeah.
And the last honor book was Tiger vs. Nightmare, written and illustrated by Emily Tetry.
This is
I don't
my
think I've
son's
gotten that
current favorite book.
Really?
Right now.
Tiger versus Nightmare.
He's all
Tiger
in.
versus
Yeah, I read it
Nightmare.
to him. He like takes it into bed with him and flips through it. It's a very cute story.
Huh.
It's
I missed that one.
about a tiger who has a monster who lives under his bed, and the monster sits on his bed at
Right.
night and scares away the nightmares.
I read the synopsis of this. Yes.
And it's like in comic book style,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and as it goes along, a big nightmare comes and
Mhm.
it starts to freak out the monster.
Mhm.
And so the little kid tiger and the monster sort of team up to combat the
Aw.
nightmare.
That sounds really sweet.
It is, and it's very cute. The image is very cute with like the kid asleep on the bed, the monster asleep under the bed, like in the same position and everything. So yeah, I know
Alright, so that's a good one.
hit.
Who would be a monster for tigers?
I know it's a hit in my
Is it
house.
man?
Yeah,
Probably
yeah. No, it's a little. Well, he said he looks like Sonic the Hedgehog.
Oh, that's
I can
funny.
kind of see what he thinks, but he
Okay.
also thinks Sonic is Super Mickey, so that's
Yeah.
different.
Yeah.
The
I
winner.
like the term though.
The winner.
The winner of the Theodore Seuss Geisel Award for the most distinguished beginning reader book is Fox the Tiger, written and illustrated by Corey R. Tabor.
I'm okay with that.
I read this.
too.
I'm okay with that one.
I
You
don't-
did, yeah.
I guess I don't understand. Like, I read this, I'm like, okay, it's just a story. I don't really get why it's like an award winner.
Well, these are specifically. I guess I didn't say that, did I? But now I clicked away from it. But yeah.
I like the first page says Fox wants to be a tiger. I was like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Me
Well,
same.
I think that's pretty much it. I think you got it. You know, the
Mhm.
fox. It's a nice little story because the fox like looks up to the tiger, wants to be the tiger. She tries to like make that happen,
Yeah.
and all the while the little squirrel is looking
Nice.
up to the fox, like wanting to be the fox.
Yeah.
So, I think because like the imagery is all really fun,
Mhm.
it's appealing. Just like you said, the concept. The
Yeah.
fox wants to be a tiger.
The
Yeah.
language was
Is
simple.
fun. The
Yeah.
language is simple, and the story is kind of, it's nice. You know, like he spent all this time wanting to be something else, and there's somebody who's also looking up to him. So I think it's a good message for kids.
That
Yeah.
acceptance.
Yeah.
I spent a lot of 4th grade pretending I was a tiger.
Did you?
Yeah.
That's
Not very popular in
that's
school.
probably too late.
To pretend you're a
pretend
tiger.
you're a
Yeah.
tiger?
Well,
If you said kindergarten, 1st grade, I would have been like, that's cute. 4th grade, I'd be like, all right, knock it off. You're not a tiger.
well, we had a tree.
You need
that
to be done with this now.
had a
because-
very big branch that was kind of so I
You're
could
not a
like lie up
tiger.
there like I was a tiger, just looking down.
Mhm.
Just a little window into my childhood there.
Yeah.
Great.
Yes.
Thanks for that.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
All right, let's talk. Let's talk. You know what? I like Caldecott best, so let's go Newberry next.
Oh, all right.
Let's save Caldecott for
Saving
last.
it to last.
Newberry.
The Newberry Medal is
Yeah,
awarded.
this was the one where I was like, all right, I guess I should just lie down because I don't know what
we'll
I'm
get
doing.
There. We'll
No.
get there. The Newberry Medal is awarded
bad.
annually by the Association for Library Service to Children,
Woo!
a division of the American Library Association, to the author of the most distinguished contribution to American literature for children.
Yeah.
All right, now this book, I think all three of us took a collective, what?
Yeah.
What book?
Yeah.
Because I have never heard of any of these books.
Never.
Not the honors, not the book itself. I don't know them.
Yeah.
And I've been checking prediction lists for like the past 3
I have
months
too.
at least. Never saw
They
one
didn't
of
come up.
these.
I know.
Not a
I don't know
single one.
where they came from.
Yeah.
And I put some holds on them in the system, and we have maybe, I mean, out of like 48 libraries, we have
There were 2 copies
2
of the
copies.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
winner. And I've heard half
it's
one right now.
this is the one that I think was like a total upset, you know,
Mhm.
because I just. Anyway, but let's say what they are. You want to say the honor books, Kate?
Sure.
Say the honors.
2 Newbery
Say
Honor
what you-
books were named The Night Diary.
Woo!
Written by Vera. I'm going to pull an Eric here. I can't read it.
What?
Huranamdani?
Why is that pulling an Eric?
Because you can't read.
How many times I've heard you struggle on names. Wow. So the Night Diary.
You can read.
I have no idea.
All right.
Do you know what it's about? Because I have the book right here in my hands.
Not.
All right, well, I'll give you a
Take
synopsis, everyone. This is The Night Diary, and this is the honor book. On the eve of her 12th birthday, Nisha receives a journal, a place to record the thoughts she can never seem to say aloud as she starts to see the world through older eyes. But it's not just Nisha who's changing. She doesn't even recognize her country anymore. It's 1947, and India, newly freed from British rule, is being divided into two countries, Pakistan and India. Many people are killed crossing borders as tensions among Hindus, Muslims, Sikhs, and others flare. Nisha doesn't know which side she's supposed to be on or why she has to choose. After losing her mother, who died giving birth, she can't imagine losing her homeland too. Mama was Muslim, but now she's gone. Papa is Hindu and says it's no longer safe for them to stay in Pakistan. And so Nisha and her family become refugees and embark on a dangerous journey by train and by foot to reach their new home on the other side of the border. Told through the letters Nisha writes to her mother in her journal, The Night Diary is a story of one of the most dramatic moments in history and of one girl's search for home, her own identity, and a hopeful future.
That is
So
heavy.
That is heavy. So this book is a girl writing letters to her dead mother as her whole life comes apart.
Torn apart.
That's a heavy book. Yeah. All right.
Okay. Second honor book is...
That dead mom is getting more letters than most living moms.
Yeah, you're right.
Sorry.
Anyway, the second honor book is The Book of Boy, written by Catherine Gilbert Murdoch.
I wasn't aware of this one, but I have it in my
I don't know
hands.
what it was either.
Read it.
All right.
Read it.
The tagline is a mystery, a miracle, an epic adventure. What a fine story this is. For who does not want to read about such things? A boy who can talk to animals, a terrifying, perilous journey full of bravery and daring, knights and bandits and ghosts and thieves, howling wolves, heroic donkeys, and a bag of bones. Lords, ladies, liars, and riches beyond compare, and mysteries and miracles of the sort that concern the living and the dead. Kirkus called it a wickedly fun-filled quest with twists and turns and lyrical fire.
Well, Kirkus should have liked it even more, so we had heard of it first.
I guess so.
Yeah.
That one sounds
Anyway.
more my speed.
I know, that does sound fun. That sounds fun and less like I'll end up crying.
Yeah.
And the winner.
Says, yeah, go ahead.
Take it, Kate.
I almost spilled the beans earlier. The winner is Mercy Suarez Changes Gears.
Which
Written
you're
by
currently
Meg
reading.
Medina. I am, yes.
All right. Are you familiar with Meg Medina?
I am not.
Oh, is this her first book?
I'll look it up.
Thanks, Eric.
Meg. Hold on.
All right. Well, so Kate, tell us what this one is
Gotta
about.
open this window first.
I think 11 to 12-year-old girl is going to a private school on a scholarship and doesn't necessarily fit in with the socioeconomic background and is trying to kind of find her place in that world. She has a grandfather that she calls her Lolo, and he seems to be becoming senile, having some dementia issues, and she doesn't really understand what's going on there yet, and nobody will tell her anything. That 12-year-old, I'm not a child, but they're treating me like a child kind of phase. So she's kind of going through a lot there. That's about as far as I've gotten into it. I'm less than 100 pages, and it's a 300 and some page book.
Well, it sounds to me like a lot of very topical books were chosen this year.
Yes.
Which is not always the case. I don't think... I think it's... Woo! I think it's just, things that are on people's minds right now are coming out in the books that are being written and the books that are being selected and put forward. Yeah. So I think in years that are less politically charged, we get a different crop of books, and as things are now, this is what's rising to the top, and that's probably for the best to be exposed to some of these other. I don't know. It makes me want to read them. It makes me interested in reading them, and it's kind of an interesting commentary on where people's hearts and minds are at the moment.
Yeah.
She wrote Milagros, Girl from Away, Tia Issa Wants a Car, The Girl Who Could Silence the Wind, Yaqui Delgado Wants to Kick Your Ass, Mango, Abula, and Me, Burn, Baby, Burn, Abuela. Sorry. And then Mercy Suarez Changes Gears.
Okay, so this is just not an author I'm familiar with.
I think I've heard of Margot Abuela and Me. Was that a picture book?
2015 children's picture book.
Yeah, we had that
Mango.
one.
Yeah,
okay.
Mango's a parrot.
Oh, okay.
Or unless Mango, the parrot is me, and Mango's the girl.
All right, well let's move on to the Randolph Caldecott Medal.
Woo!
It's gonna get really old.
This award is given to an artist of the most distinguished American picture book for children. We have 4 honorees this year. And one winner.
Oh.
These are actually, I've read all of these, and I was a little surprised by the winner.
All right.
So here are the honor books. They
Yeah.
are Thank You, Amu, which won something else. I don't remember what else.
Not this. I accidentally just clicked on it. Nobody look at it.
No, this was one of the honor books.
Okay.
This is a great book. This is about a woman who is baking
She's making a stew.
She's cooking stew.
A red stew.
And people throughout the community keep smelling the stew, and by the end of the day, she gives it all away, and she thinks they're back for more, but they're actually back to like help her make more, which I think is
It's very nice.
another favorite in my house. My son loves this book.
That's a good one.
Moving on to a book my son does not love, would be The Rough Patch, illustrated and written by Brian Lyons.
Why did you make me read this?
Because it's one of the honor books.
Did you read this, Kate?
I didn't read this one.
This fox is a farmer, or not a farmer, he's a gardener. He has a gardener, and he has his best friend who is a puppy. And within 3 pages it says, then the unthinkable happened, and the puppy has to be buried because he's dead.
Yeah,
so he buries
the puppy's in his little bed, like with a blanket over him.
So he buries the puppy in the ground, and then he's just like, the fox is just sad and angry, and at one point he just tears up the garden with his hoe, and he just lets like vines and weeds come in. And then he lets a pumpkin grow, he takes it to the fair, he wins, and he gets 2 choices, $10 or a pup in the box, and he says the $10, but then he looks in the box, and then the next page is him in a car with a puppy. And it's just like, what the heck, Nick?
I claimed a parenting win earlier, and I will claim a parenting fail here because I did not read this book prior to reading it to my son. So I turned the page and was like, oh, we're going to be talking about this for a while.
Oh, no.
But
you just had...
It sounds like one of those that I would have just broken
Did
out
you...
in tears.
I don't want to bring up pain,
Yeah.
but did you read this close to the actual loss of a pet in your own house?
I did.
And you didn't...
I didn't read it prior to reading it to him. I've already copped to a parenting fail.
No, it's just like, as I'm reading it, I'm like, this didn't win. What's next game here? My dogs are old.
Anyway.
That's
so I do really like the illustrations in this one, though.
yeah,
they're
because
very
it is
good.
about the illustrations, not
The illustrations are good,
You already said the last page. He says he wants to take the 10. He goes to take the 10. He sees a little pup, and then there's no more words.
Yeah.
And you turn the page,
But
and
you don't
it's
need words at that
he's just
point.
driving away, and in the passenger seat you see a little puppy with his ears like out, and it's so cute and it's so nice that I thought yes.
So wait, this is a fox, though, right? I'm gonna go off on an.
It is a fox.
Tangent.
It is
so why
a
does
fox.
Fox have a pet dog anyway?
Yeah.
These are questions you should know.
Fox on a swing.
I mean,
Fox,
Mickey's a
the
mouse
tiger.
and he has a pet dog
All right.
and a best friend who's a dog.
I suppose.
Yeah.
So
There's levels
Which
of
just
dogs.
leads to a whole lot of other questions.
Yeah.
But
yep.
okay.
So yeah, I like the illustrations in both of those.
Great.
Almost kind of it's kind of like
Paper
a
mache.
collage
Yeah.
look, but also painted. Rough Patch is more traditional, I would say.
Yep.
But excellent. I mean, it's
Painted
very
in
good.
sorrow.
A Big Mooncake for Little Star, illustrated and written by Grace Lynn. Are you familiar with this book, Kate? You read this one?
No,
Okay.
I flopped on
The
this
story's
a
very
little bit.
cute. Like the mom makes a big mooncake, and the little star, the little girl, goes and eats a little bit of it every day, and it's the phases of the moon.
Oh, okay, that's cute.
So it is a cute concept. The book is the most 90s I've ever read in a children's book.
Really?
Like, yes, it just... So illustration-wise, I don't understand it because
I don't love that one.
it's very simplistic. The stars are very simplistic, and I don't think it's simplistic in like a clean classic way. I think it's just kind of like,
It's just simple.
yeah, that's how
The
you
writing is 90s, though. Is what
the
you're
whole
saying.
thing. The story, the look of it. If you told me this was a reprint from 1994, I would 100% believe you.
Why didn't you hand me this?
I don't have it with me.
Oh,
I still have it at home. The Rough Patch I brought back because I was like, I can't
You were like,
accidentally
no
read this
more.
book again.
Yeah.
So I brought it back. The final honor of the year is Elma and How She Got Her Name.
Mm-hmm.
This is a cool story. Have you read this one, Kate? All right. This is about a little girl who has
I know.
a very
Run away from
long
blueberries?
has a very long name, multiple names, and she doesn't like it because it's so long. So she's asking her dad, like, why is my
Same.
name so long? And he goes through and tells her, well, your middle name's Sophia is after my mother, and tells a whole story about his mother, and she sees ways she's similar to her grandmother. And then great-grandfather, great-aunt, each one has a family member connected to it and a story connected to it. And as he tells the story, she sees things that she relates to and then grows to, like, love her name.
I dated a girl with 5 names.
Did you?
Yeah.
Interesting.
They make a big deal out of it.
Okay.
They don't let you forget
I
that
bet.
it's 5.
I
You
bet
can't
they
be
would.
like, oh, this. Like,
I like this one.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have thought, wow, these illustrations are amazing, but it was good. It suited the story well. The winner. Now, I was surprised by this winner. It is. You want to say it, Kate? Take us away.
The winner is Hello Lighthouse, illustrated and written by Sophie Blackall.
Now, I love this book. I love this children's book. I think I did vote for it in the Goodreads Choice Awards. I don't think it won the Goodreads Choice Awards. But that's when I first read it, back when they were doing that.
Right.
And this is all about a man who runs a lighthouse, who meets a nice lady who has a kid, and they go through their whole life cycle on this lighthouse, and then eventually retire. And it's right here. Mm-hmm. The imagery is I don't know. I was kind of surprised that it won for.
No, I liked it.
No, I liked it too. Do you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Kate doesn't, apparently. I can tell by her hemming and hawing over here. The inside of the lighthouse, that layered one. I mean, yeah, like that page.
Yeah, I mean, you've got the, you're right. The way the water looks and everything.
It's beautiful.
I was very drawn to this book, definitely.
Okay.
I was. I loved the story in particular.
It's a book I would have liked as a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess it does do some interesting things. Okay. All right. Yeah, I kind of see it. I see what you're saying. Why did you like it?
I mean, I like the art. I don't know. It's just one of those things as a kid I would have been like, I would have just reread it like, now this is the part of his lighthouse career where he does this.
Yeah.
So.
Well, there's a lot of good detail.
Yeah.
A lot of page there. I guess I will say too that I think it uses the imagery well, because it's not that it's sparse on the words, but the imagery definitely drives home what it's talking about. Like you get a lot of the story just from looking at the pictures, which.
And there are no blank spaces.
That's true.
It's not like it's a white page with
nowhere to write your name there.
That's fog.
That's fog. That's fog. Right.
But there are the Northern Lights and there's the detail.
Yeah.
It was an absolutely beautiful book.
I got no complaints. I think it's excellent. But I was surprised that it won for illustrations.
Yeah,
I was surprised.
I was less surprised.
Were you?
Because I hadn't heard of it.
Oh,
because
okay.
you didn't care.
All right. Any other ones you want to hit that we didn't mention?
Darius the Great won what awards?
Many things.
Yeah,
Darius the Great.
I bring that up because that is also one I got long before the awards. One debut author.
Debut author.
Whoever gives out that award. So Darius the Great won a few stuff.
Morris.
As we said, Sadie won Best Audiobook, which Nick does not agree with.
I didn't like the audiobook, no.
Yeah. And what this one? This dog one.
Oh, Rescue and Jessica.
Yeah,
Rescue
okay,
and
so
Jessica.
The William C. Morris debut award, Darius the Great one.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one you mentioned. There's a couple of spots.
What did Rescue and Jessica win?
The Schneider Family Book Award.
A life-changing friendship about a woman and her dog.
For books that embody an artistic expression of the disability experience.
This also looks sad, though, because it has a dog in it.
It wasn't that sad.
Oh, okay.
You would think that it might be, but it really wasn't that bad.
I
It
guess
was just
I thought
about
at the
them
end.
working together.
Okay.
They didn't get to the end of that story.
We don't deserve Dawn!
Isn't there usually a graphic novel award? I don't remember that.
Yeah, something's here. Probably won it. I probably saved it. The Unwanted? That's not right. Dreamers?
No.
Dreamers is a picture book. That's also very
Alright.
topical.
I can't remember
Situation.
if it won, whatever it was.
Okay.
Anywho.
No, that's all right.
Yeah. Thanks, man.
So overall, I think I was.
Well,
I don't know if there was any that I was expecting. I don't think so. I was surprised pretty much by every one of them. I put a lot on my radar that I wasn't familiar with before. There's definitely several that I want to read. Actually, Darius the Great is a good one because not just because they talked a lot about Star Trek within the book, but
they do.
Because, I know
That's fun.
because it won. I mean, it won many things, and just the concept of it sounded good. And I know we have that one. So
Yes, we do.
I do. I would like to read that at some point. Are there any that the list made you particularly want to pick up?
Probably. I took a bunch of pictures of the whole thing. Like, we don't have that one. We don't have that one. We don't have that one. So
Yeah,
I don't know.
You don't have to broadcast your own shortcomings. I just want to know.
well, no, I need to read Changes Gears, and
no, I know, but I'm asking, is there one that you thought like, well, that sounds great. I want to read it. How about you, Kate?
Nothing that really sparked
Okay.
for me. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm
I
worried
guess
about that,
kind of the same. Whereas like, all right, well, I'll need to get that, but
Like, I want to read the Poet X just because
Yeah.
I know it won so many awards.
Yeah.
I want to know why
Yeah.
people wanted that to win.
Darius
why
the
it
Great
was
and Poet
so
X
important.
is what I'd say.
Yeah.
And of course, I always grab the picture books that are,
Yeah.
you know,
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
several I'd already read, but the ones I haven't, I'll be grabbing as well.
Yeah.
Okay. Kate, you did it. Another episode of the All the Book Show. You
See
made
you
it.
next week
Made it.
for
Yeah, should we tell her now that we've decided to make her the permanent third chair?
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
That's great. All right.
Do you want me to
drum
throw
roll.
up on all the equipment, or?
Oh my gosh, she went right to throwing
But next
up.
week we're talking about
No.
books that are becoming movies in 2019.
That's fun.
That's fun.
All right.
You love
Yes,
movies.
Well,
You just said it on the podcast.
Sorry.
library news. I can tell
Uh-huh.
you the book clubs are currently reading The Husband's Secret by Leanne Moriarty, discussing that on Valentine's Day, the 14th. And Eric and I are leading a YA, Eric and Malik and I actually are leading a YA for Adults book club on Kwame Alexander's The Crossover, which is going to be February 19th.
Yeah.
It's a very quick read. It's a very good read. So join us for that one.
So find it on Goodreads.
Yeah, we
That's
got the
good.
Taylor 2 Dance Company coming to do a special performance here in Wellsville, which is pretty rare, pretty unique, totally free. You definitely want to check it out. That's Saturday the 9th at 7 o'clock in the auditorium. Anything you guys want to highlight? Sign language classes still going strong?
Definitely sign language classes we are having in the exhibition room. We've had 2 sessions. We will have 4 more. They are Monday night at 7 till about 7:45. We got about 50 people the first
That's
2
great.
times, so join us. We have more room. We can make more room.
Cool.
We also have our 1,000 Books Before Kindergarten Children's Book Swap coming up. That is February 16th. So if you are sick of reading the same books, like the same 4 books over and over again to your child, you can bring a haul of books in, and you'll get tickets that you can exchange for fresh books on the 16th.
I'm mostly looking forward to that because my son's kind of like aging out a lot of the books we have.
Right.
So to get rid of some,
It's a
not
good
get rid of,
time
but to
to-
swap some of our younger,
Like the board books, you can
Yes.
kind of
then go for some
give
of the higher levels.
to someone else.
Yeah,
and
like
get
King
some-
and Kayla.
There you go. He'll be ready for it in no time.
Yeah, he will. All right. Anything else for the good of the podcast? All right, so let's get this grumpy bear off camera. All right, so next week we're going to be talking Page to Screen coming in 2019.
Woo!
Kate won't be here because she doesn't know anything about movies.
I don't.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know the last
Or
one
books.
I saw.
and she hates being on the podcast. But other than that,
Wait, we just watched Transformers, the first one.
wow.
Yeah.
Was that like 15 years too late?
Probably something like that.
So you not Bumblebee,
7.
not
No,
Bumblebee.
no, the
The
first
actual first
Transformers.
Transform. Okay.
Shia LaBeouf and
Hollywood superstar Shia LaBeouf.
And
well, my son kept talking about Transformers. For some
Okay.
reason, he got hooked on it, and we were
Mhm.
like, "Oh, let's watch it." It was all right.
Wow.
it's the
Okay.
only good one.
It's the only watchable
Good to
one.
know.
Yeah.
And we'll go on from there.
All right.
All right.
All right. Well, thanks for tuning in, everybody. Thanks to Kate for joining us. Thanks for Grumpy Eric for joining us.
I'm not grumpy.
And we'll see you next time.
I'm not grumpy.
You said you were
Twitch.
grumpy.
Yeah,
You
I mean in a bad mood.
You outed yourself
Not
as
sold.
grumpy.
Yeah.
Not
Well,
sold on it.
all right, Twitch people. They don't. Oh, did you not know we're still on Twitch?
Sure.
We are still
yeah,
on Twitch.
That's fine.
Bye, everybody.
You're gonna get this guy a chicken sandwich.
That sounds so good. All right. No, I had chicken tenders for lunch. That didn't solve anything.
Yeah.
So
How
maybe
was the off
grumpier.
button? Let me just.
Yeah. Stop
Yeah.
streaming.
Yeah, do